return. Now, my first guest can be seen each week on the hugely successful HBO series The Sopranos. Please welcome Lorraine Bracco. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
I almost wore that, and then I didn't.
Oh, okay. I could lend it to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the same effect, I don't think.
You never know.
You really do look great. Thank you for being here.
Somebody might find you very attractive in it.
And his name is La Bamba. La Bamba.
See, look, you made him. You
I know.
Just delighted
He's imagining it right now. Now, I understand things are going very well for you. Obviously, professionally, they're going great. People love The Sopranos.
Do you think?
Yes, I think so. But that's an obvious thing to say. In your personal life, I understand things are going very well. You have a new love in your life. Is that right?
You've been reading Star Magazine.
I always read Star Magazine. And I'm not gay. Now, okay, a little bit. You're dating this guy, a younger man. Is that the case?
I am.
So this is exciting.
You think?
Oh, it's not up to me. La Bamba likes the idea. No, but you're dating.
I love your hat.
Yeah. You don't want to know what's under there. Now, but tell me about it, because people talk a lot about when you're dating a younger man. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages in a relationship like that?
He has a lot more energy than I do.
Right, which is a good thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Leave me alone, because I don't understand things.
No, okay.
So he's got lots of energy. That's good. Where'd you meet this guy?
I met him on the set of Sopranos.
Oh, okay. He works there?
He works there, and
All
he's
right.
very nice and lovely. And,
Yeah.
I guess you get to be almost 50, and you say, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. Let's have some fun, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What's a disadvantage to going out with a younger man?
I thought it was very funny. I made reference to Johnny Carson, and he was like, who is that?
Oh, my God.
And I was like...
Where's he from?
Oh, my God. I said, remember, like, before Jay Leno and
Right.
before Conan and before David Letterman, there was Johnny Carson.
Right, right.
I said, vaguely.
That's incredible.
I was sad.
That's hard to...
I was sad, really.
That's hard to believe, but I kind of... Because sometimes on this show, I'll make a joke and refer to, like, President Jimmy Carter or something, in the audience will be like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
And then I'll look into the audience, and it's all 8-year-old boys.
What can
And I
say?
realize that's our rule, only 8-year-old boys. Max wanted it that way. Now, now, do you listen to... So then there's there's almost like a bit of a culture gap. Do you listen to the same music?
No, but I'm learning a lot about, like, 50 Cent and, all these rappers. And
You're listening to 50 Cent?
I do, and I say to Jason, excuse me, what are they saying?
Right.
I'm clueless.
I found that it isn't that important to hear what they're saying. It's more about the, like the loud pulsating rhythm and riding along in your Ford Taurus and leaning out the...
I don't have a problem with that, but for some reason, I really want to know what, this generation is talking about.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't believe I cannot understand it. And I'm a New Yorker. I'm from Brooklyn. You would think I would have an idea. I'm clueless.
Sometimes they write the lyrics down, and and you ever want...
In the CDs, like, like Bruce Springsteen?
Well, you can get on a website and find out. Yeah, I don't know.
Sting?
I'll get you... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you the lyrics to all 50 Cent songs. But I don't think you want to know all the lyrics. To be honest with you. Yeah. Well, there's some other stuff in there. I'll tell you later.
Oh, boy.
You,
Would you tell an 8-year-old that?
No. Oh, God, no.
Oh, okay.
No, parental discretion.
Oh, PG.
What?
PG.
Oh, I thought you said Bee Gees.
PG.
And you're like, whoa, Bee Gees. Like, all right, I'll get you the lyrics to all Bee Gees songs.
No, you can't tell by the way you spell walk. I'm a woman's man. I don't time to talk. There you go.
Yeah.
I dare you to get up and dance to it.
What?
I dare you to get up and dance to it.
Yeah, I have no shame. Oh, Conan wouldn't do that. like how that dance had nothing. That was my old prospector dance. It wasn't a Bee Gees dance.
See, now when I hear Bee Gees, first of all, it's my mother's favorite group, but of course I go right to, you know, John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, so I thought you were going to do the whole thing.
No, I do my own dance steps.
Okay,
I have
don't
my own.
blame you.
I've got my own moves.
I know.
I don't need to rip off that guy.
I don't blame you.
Travolta's doing my moves now. That's what I hear. Okay, I just made that up. Now let's get back to you. No one wants to hear about me. We've done some research and they really don't. I read this and I don't know if it's true, but it's an amazing story if it is, that the great sort of surreal painter Salvador Dali saw you once.
Yes.
And wanted you to pose nude for him. There's our photo of Salvador Dali. There's the...
Okay.
There's my favorite photo of Salvador Dali.
You will relate to this story. This lovely man.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been any more than, you know, 18 or 19 years old, and I was in Barcelona.
You were a model at the time?
I was. And I was in Barcelona, and I was invited to a dinner, and Salvador Dali was there. And
every time you say the name, I think the picture should come up again. Like
okay.
It's a, you know, like, okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so,
So who saw you?
Salvador Dali.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm sorry, it just cracks me up, that picture.
He asked me to pose nude for him. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know, I mean, I just saw Salvador Dali.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And I said, this is like, you know, this is a dirty old man. I'm not going to pose naked for him, you know. And they said, you know, he's an incredible painter. He's unbelievable.
World famous.
World famous. And I said, forget it. I'm not doing it. And I guess because I said no, he was much more intrigued.
And probably no one said no to him.
Probably that's very true. And I just kept saying no and no, no. And he was very persistent. And he sent me a fabulous, huge etching of a man's erect penis.
What? He drew a man's erect penis and sent it to you in lieu of a Hallmark card, I guess.
I guess so. And, you know, and I guess it was meant to be flattering, but I was really insulted by it.
I would be, yeah, well, I would be, but creeped out. I would be creeped out by it, too. That's not really in the etiquette book. This is the way to win a girl over.
Of course, everybody was like, oh, my God, this is incredible. This is, you know...
Drawn by Salvador Dali and...
Thank you.
When you see that picture, you could just see him drawing the erect penis.
You know...
Figures!
And, of course, my reaction was, this guy is really a creep.
Right.
Salvador Dali.
Yeah, so you didn't... So you didn't do it. You didn't...
So I didn't do it.
Did you hang on to the drawings of the...
No, I gave it to somebody.
Oh.
He lent me his apartment for the summer, so I gave him the picture.
Right. You said, thanks for the use of an apartment. Here's a drawing of an erect penis.
Right.
Wow.
It's funny.
So, no, very few showbiz stories end with that sentence, by the way.
With the erect penis?
Yes,
picture?
By Salvador Dali. All right,
Oh, I'm getting into that Salvador Dali picture now.
Well, now it's gone forever. I don't think he'll come up again. Before we go, I wanted to ask you something else. This is much written about in the press, but that James Gandolfini did a very cool thing, apparently. He of course, got a much talked about raise, and then I'm told well-deserved and much talked about raise, and that he decided to cut everyone else in the cast and so he set aside, was it $500,000, something?
I don't know exactly what it was, but the 13 cast members, he called into his camper and said, listen, I got this money and I want to share it with the cast. And he opened up, what do we call them? Not like he opened up a corporation and called Love and Kisses and cut us all in on a very sweet deal.
That's such a cool idea. Yes, I think it really is. That's a great idea.
He's a great guy. And,
you know, I like, the idea of a major star of a TV show who makes a lot of money cutting in the rest of the people that work for him on a major piece of the action is a really, it's a really great idea.
I think you should think about it. I think...
It's mine! All mine! Salvador Dali. All right. That's why. Nice going, Booth. All right. I have a long-standing feud with the Booth on this show.
Really?
There's just a mule in there with a string tied to its tail running things. The Sopranos. And you're not getting the money. The Sopranos airs Sunday nights at 9 o'clock p.m., as if I had to mention it. Lorraine, thank you so much for coming. Love it when you're on the show. Lorraine Bracco, Bill Bellamy coming up to take a break. We'll be right back. That was great.